I'm the manager for dwpcorruption.co.uk and welcome back to the third edition of this series of videos that we're doing. And we finished off with Mr. Alan Darby, my good colleague, talking about the judicial system, and Mike O'Brien MP. Right, carry on, Alan. So where do we go from here?
Well, reference to the letter that I just conclude what was finished the last part of the video. It goes on to say, in case there is documentation in the bundle which you presented to me, which the police have not yet received, I have passed that bundle to the police so they can examine it. Other than that, I am not prepared to take any further action with regards to your allegations. So what we've got here, we've got O'Brien identifying the police in paragraph 1 as being the people that are making the allegations against, and he then passes the evidence which he asked on the promise that he would investigate to the very people I'm asking him to investigate and making the allegations against, which, coming back to his legal secretarial law officer duties, in 1993, and I will read from the document, the Police Federation asked him to be the first parliamentary advisor in 20 years to represent them. So there you go. He's got there's a conflict of interest. There is an ulterior motive, and the police wanting to be their representative because they know he's out and out corrupt. He's a thief, a liar and a racist. Everything the police want. Now, Keith Vaz. The association between Keith Vaz, Mike O'Brien and Lord of the Rings Peter Mandelson. The Indian passport scam. The passports where they was all involved in, where Peter Mandelson has been the Secretary to Northern Ireland, resigned. Now, there is a link between O'Brien and Vaz, and the modus operandi is Keith Vaz, which was written in the Daily Mail on the 16th of March 2009. There you go, Keith Vaz, the freebies, the free lunches, there he is, him and his wife, and there's the solicitor, or the barrister, at the bottom, who is not a barrister at all, in the sense of it. And the paper reads as follows. As usual, the email exchange between the chairman of the Home Affairs Select Committee and the solicitor friend was flirtatious in tone. Guess who I've recommended to be the lawyer of the year? Tis the Right Honourable Keith Vaz MP. You bad boy. Simpered Dr. Shahuka. Seeing Murder Karash. The barrister that he recommends to be the Solicitor of the Year. And in the same paragraph, the paper says, we were also able to reveal how Murkashtani had wooed Vaz, and now in return the MP twice intervened officially on his behalf. The first time he tried to block an investigation into the lawyer by the legal watchdog, the Solicitors Regulating Authority, the RSA. This is the body that investigates corrupt solicitors, or supposed to. Yet Vaz is writing to them, don't investigate this barrister. Although there was hundreds of complaints against him, not the first time this corrupt body, the Solicitors Indemnity Fund, the Solicitors Tribunal, whatever they are part. However, this document is an act of blackmail against the legal system, and it was written on official House of Commons London. It reads, Clerk to the list, High Court Appeal Office, the Royal Court of Justice, Strand, London, dated the 19th of June 2008. Dear Sir, Madam, Dean and Dean Solicitors, High Court Reference, HQO 4XO1461. We are deeply concerned about the apparent way in which this ethnic minority firm of solicitors has been dealt with. We have received a number of complaints from community representative authorities about this matter. The matter is now before the OJC. The OJC is an abbreviation of the Office for Judicial Complaints. According to their website, they seek to resolve the matters within 3 months. Today they, Dean and Dean, have received a letter, a copy of which is attached. In these circumstances we are surprised, and yet further proceedings are to take place in this matter, and before the conclusion of the investigation of these proceedings. we are concerned that the High Court should engage in hearings and appeals involving decisions by the Costmaster when he himself is being investigated for complaints of misconduct in relation to his conduct in these proceedings. In the second paragraph of the second letter from the OJC, the Office for Judicial Complaints, it states that with regards to the Deputy Cost Judge, Segar Berry, and the allegation that he held secret meetings on the 18th of September 2004 and on the 17th of May 2005 could potentially constitute misconduct. What Vaz is saying is that if you proceed with these proceedings against his crooked liar friend, who buys him all the perks, gives him the tickets so that him and his wife can stand in dues the Black Collar Brigade and drink with all the millionaires at taxpayers' expense because the solicitor stole the money off them. This guy is threatening to expose the judges for holding secret briefings, that is, coming to unlawful process actions without being in the courts to do so. When they get in the court, they go, yes, simply the case has got no answer. It's dismissed. And this goes on week in, week out. So this Baz is blackmail. This Keith Baz, this honourable member, and he also got this letter signed by Vandura Shamara MP, who is member of the Judicial Select Committee. He told her a pack of lies and she put a name to this document, and this Vaz, the Honourable Vaz he calls himself, the Honourable Member, to get this crooked solicitor off, this barrister off, who has been now struck off, he blackmails the judges.
So it's collusion right the way through, isn't it, through the system?
It's desperate.
You know, you got the judicial system, you got the IPCC, you've got the police. You know, this statement that's behind me is nothing more than a laughing joke. Do you agree?
Totally.
You know, what do you make of it? You know, it's policy, isn't it? And it's a load of crap. It's there as a lip service to please the public, but there's never no action. You know, it's a total farce.
Martin, what we've got here is a letter re the murder of a member of the public. A 27-year-old man who, when he was 17, got a mortgage for a council property. He was an unemployed 17-year-old
Hang
youth.
on, 17? You can't get a mortgage at 17.
No, you can't. But you can if you've got a solicitor who's willing to, say you're 21 and you get £30,000 a year, and you're whatever you do.
Who's the solicitor?
The solicitors are Rutherford's of Sandybank, Tamworth. Now this letter is a statement of truth and fact, and it is to none other. This statement has been specifically made to be dealt with in person, personally, by the Commander of the Metropolitan Police Force, Sir Paul Stevenson, New Scotland Yard, 10 Broadway, London, SW1. And it is dated the 26th day of February 2009.
Blimey, recently.
Now, I was told by people who I could have some faith in that the head of the Metropolitan Police Force is a police officer's officer. He's straight. And yet here we go on the March the 18th, 2009, in again the Daily Mail. There's the headlines: Operation Red Face. And it reads, the Met Chief invites media to film raid on the homes of notorious burglars. To find he's already been arrested. 80 officers with him in control of the group. There he is, there with the arrow pointing to him, and there he is there. Marches off, with, like the Grand Old Duke of York. He had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, then he marched them down again. When there was up, there was up, and when there was down, there was down. And when there was only halfway up, who have to tell you the story, you've heard it many times. The head of the Metropolitan Police Force got 80 men to go and arrest the bloke who's been arrested 2 days before time. And this letter setting out...
Alan, we're coming up to the close of the video. Look forward to seeing you in part 4. Don't go away.